Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello. Hello out there in the world. Hi guys. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you. Oh, wonderful. Hello, Claudia. Hello, Munai, the philosopher. Hello, Ashley with the B. Don't forget the B. Hello, guys. Happy Saturday. You were playing Pokemon Go? Oh my God, yes. Wait, Claudia, the unicorn. Would the unicorn be Rapidash or Ponyta? Or are we talking like later generations of Pokemon? Because there may very well be a new Pokemon that is more unicorn-like than Ponyta. Was it? No, neither Ponyta nor Rapidash have a horn like a unicorn. I'm not sure. Hey guys, we're gonna chill and vibe for a bit. I'm gonna let some more people get in on the chat. And in the meantime, I'm gonna roll myself a little cig. And then we're gonna talk about the full moon. And I wasn't really planning on doing a live stream about the full moon or just doing anything about the full moon, because mainly I did talk about it a lot in the monthly readings for January. If you still haven't checked out the monthly readings for January, if you're new here to the channel, hi, my name is Eric, and this is your first time, checking out the channel, go ahead and watch the readings for January. If you are new here, keep in mind that I speak from the true sidereal point of view. Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. If it's almost 2 in Toronto and it's 9 a.m. Where are you getting 9 a.m. from, Charlotte? That's weird. Toronto should be on East Coast time, which is closer to Puerto Rico, although Puerto Rico doesn't observe daylight saving time. Anyway, sidebar. What happened? What happened? What's going on, YouTube? Oh, there we go. I don't know what's going on with the connection here. It looks like our connection may be a little bit wonky. And it's very blurry. Why is it so blurry? I don't know. There must be something going on with YouTube. You guys can still hear me though, right? Anyway, what was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh, we're gonna get into... Oh, thanks. It's actually... And even the reason why I'm wearing a tank top right now is because it's been warmer here than normal. Or at least, okay, good. Hi, SM. But see, there's some sort of buffering that's happening. You can hear me. Are you guys experiencing buffering? Because I'm experiencing buffering in terms of the playback. Okay, Munai says we're good. Okay. Wait, hold on a second, you guys. I just realized Mercury's going retrograde, and I'm supposed to be lighting some incense right now to help channel the energies of Mercury. So hold on a second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all. Hey. All right. I lit some incense to help us connect with Mercury. I've prayed that Mercury helps us allow this message to come through. But yeah, Mercury is retrograde right now, you guys. So that's why we would be experiencing these mishaps. Yeah. Cheers. So anyway, I wasn't really planning on talking about or doing like a full moon video or like even a live stream or anything, because there's a lot of I've been putting a lot of content out, but also behind the scenes I've been working on a lot of content, so I was trying to balance things out. But today I was talking to a friend of mine about some astrology stuff, and he asked me specifically about the full moon, and so that got me looking at the chart here. And I noticed something that I feel like I failed to mention in the past previously. So that's what I really want to talk about here, because as you can see in the title of this live stream, full moon in Gemini / Cancer, which I'll explain in a second, Saturn and Uranus team up. Okay, I noticed that, well, I've been talking about Saturn, and I'm going to talk about Saturn a lot come February, because the sun makes a conjunction with Saturn in February. And that's nothing crazy. That's nothing out of the ordinary. That's nothing new. I mean, the sun makes these conjunctions with all of the celestial bodies at least once a year, right? So because the sun moves throughout the zodiac once a year. And so, okay. Does it? Yes, it does. I'm sorry. Anyway, or something like that. Part of the message here for the collective is moving forward. In February, we do have this conjunction between the sun and Saturn. So Saturn is creating a little bit of a roadblock for the collective. Now, I've already described or explained this a little bit. If you haven't checked out the Mercury square Neptune video that I released yesterday here on Patreon, check it out, because that's one of the first places that I talk about this square between, this conjunction between the sun and Saturn. Right. So Saturn is making this roadblock for us. It's kind of a checkpoint. Saturn's kind of coming through here and asking and kind of wants to check our work. And he doesn't want to do that because he wants to be an asshole, because Saturn is not the most comfortable planet for a lot of us to deal with. But he's doing it for a very good reason. Okay. And we're going to discuss that a little bit more later on down the road. But hey guys, so that's why I decided to come on today and talk about the full moon, because this is happening right in alignment with the full moon, which actually is a pretty big thing. If you were, like I was saying earlier, if you watched any of the January readings yet, I mentioned how we have this full moon at the end, towards like in the coming days. Actually, the full moon kind of starts tomorrow night. Okay, the full moon is between the 16th, late in the 16th to throughout the 17th, and then off a little bit into the 18th. And that's actually why I've titled this the full moon in Gemini / Cancer, because officially the full moon or the opposition aspect starts tomorrow night while the moon is in Gemini. But then as this full moon or this this opposition is happening, the moon will be crossing into Cancer. So there's a little bit of Cancer energy wrapped up in this, but for me personally, the dominant or the leading energy for this is Gemini. I believe so. But anyway, oh shoot, where was I going with that? Now I don't remember. What was I saying, you guys? I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, we're going to talk about this. I completely lost my train of thought, but that's all right. Completely lost my train of thought. It's okay though. Happy Saturday, guys. Come on in, get yourself settled, get cute, have a good time, feeling good and all that shit, all that shystiness. grab yourself a drink. I've got me a little bit of Donkey Parcha here. And we're just chilling, we're just vibing. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on coming live today. Well, I wasn't initially planning on coming live or even talking about this, but I was channeling earlier today and a message was coming through. So I was like, fuck it, let's just go live and talk about it, right? Cool. Oh, that's what I was talking about. But this full moon is pretty big because we have the full moon happening 16th into the 18th, like, you know, in dominant day for the full moon is the 17th. And then right after the full moon, well, no, actually, no, we have the conjunction between the sun and Pluto first, which reminds me, I got to get the chart going. But so what I was saying for the month of January is that we have a pretty dynamic energy happening here with the sun conjuncting with Pluto, which actually is in the process of starting. Let me get y'all the chart so you can see. But as I'm looking at the chart right now, I do want that for this one. Okay, as I'm looking at the chart right now, the moon is literally conjuncting with, I'm sorry, the sun is conjuncting with Pluto right now. And that was like the big focus for what I was talking about in the monthly readings. And actually, I want to say, if you really would like a deeper understanding of the sun conjunction with Pluto here, you might want to watch the Scorpio reading for January, because Pluto rules Scorpio. And even though you may not have Scorpio energy in your chart, or you're not a Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or especially not a Scorpio rising, it doesn't matter, because the message is still in effect for all of us. We're all being affected by this. However, it just depends on your energetic alignment or your energetic makeup, we'll say, that will determine or dictate how intensely you feel this or not. So obviously for my Scorpio risings, this could be really huge, okay? For my Scorpio suns or moons, this could be really huge. But for all of us, it's pretty huge, right? So let me just show you. Instead of just talking about it, let me... Hold on. Shit. Hold on, no. No, don't want to do that. We're going to do this. You're going to see some things you probably don't. Okay, we're just going to do that. All right, cool. So this is the chart for right now, for today, at this moment. Like, I literally just drew this up like a minute ago. And so it reflects the current position of the planets as of 2 p.m. in the afternoon on January 15th, Saturday, January 15th. As you can see, the sun and Pluto are both at 28 degrees of Sagittarius. And currently, as of this very moment, they are in the 8th house. Now, don't pay so much attention to the houses, because the house placement of all of these things on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, changes quite quickly, quite dramatically. Okay, so we're not really going to focus too much on the houses. However, with that said, though, at the moment that we're looking at it, and it just so happens to be that Pluto and the sun are kind of in the 8th house right now at this current moment, and this conjunction is happening, that's not a coincidence, Spirit just said. So excellent. Why do I say that? Because the 8th house is associated with scorpionic energy, and Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, but traditionally by Mars, but in the expanded version of the cosmos, where we include the outermost planets of the solar system, Scorpio is associated with Pluto. Scorpio is also associated with the 8th house. Hey, uncovering secrets. Okay, great. But death and rebirth. Okay, great. But Sun and Pluto conjunction is happening as of today into tomorrow, where the full moon is going to begin to commence. And I was talking about how the sun conjunction with Pluto for us in this month of January is really an infusion of energy within our soul. Okay, our souls are being infused. Our sense of being, our sense of self, the sun, is being infused with a hell of a lot of cosmic power right now. So if you're feeling motivated, confident, empowered, inspired to move through something, like if there is some sort of inspiration that's coming out of you right now or coming from you right now, and you cannot explain why, you cannot explain where it's coming from, and it's so immensely powerful, so freaking intense that you just cannot deny it, follow it. Follow that impulse, because that is leading you down the path towards greater union, which comes later in March and then throughout the rest of the year, okay? But what I was saying in the January readings, and why I think it's so important if you really want to dive deeper and get a deeper understanding of what the Sun conjunction with Pluto means for us, check out the Scorpio reading. Specifically, or mainly, I would say the Scorpio rising side, but you could watch the whole reading for the month of January to help you get a little bit of a refresher on what's going on here, or how this could resonate for you, all right? But after that, right after this, the next day, mind you, is when the full moon starts. And the full moon is a time of great lunar power, okay? And so we're already being infused with a deep sense of cosmic universal power with the Sun conjuncting with Pluto right now. But then to have a full moon literally the day after, like start the day after, following up with that, that's even more of an intense portal of, I'm hearing an activation pathway. I'm hearing also a way to support yourself. For some of you, there's a way of supporting yourself being, a trail is being blazed in terms of that at this time, and you may feel really empowered to follow a certain path. Please do that. Please do that. Even though it's coming from out of nowhere, even though it seems like it's completely out of left field, and there's no rhyme or reason for it to be showing up in your life, follow that, okay? That's the universe inspiring you. Now, I'm sorry, go back to the chart. With all of this said, moving forward, so check out that check out the Scorpio reading for January if you want a deeper information into that. Now, moving forward, as I was looking at the chart here, I started to realize, or I saw that right in time for the full moon to happen, do I want hours or do I want, let's go for hours. We have, let me advance this a little bit. I want to draw your attention to Uranus, which is right here. Now, this is going to shift in a second. So and it's going to be hard to follow. So don't worry. Just wait until I stop it. But take note of the fact that as of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so as of 6 p.m. tonight, the 15th, Saturday the 15th, Uranus will still be retrograde, right? Okay, let's move a little bit forward here. Moving forward. Boop, boop, boop. We're going by the hour, so this may take a second, but moving forward here. Where are you? There you are. Let's go back. And boop. Okay, so as of 11 o'clock tomorrow, between 11 and 12, tomorrow, Saturday, January 17th, the full official day of the full moon energies, as you can see right here, Uranus begins to station direct. And when I noticed this, I was like, oh my gosh, Saturn and Uranus are teaming up. Now, if you remember, again, if you don't, that's okay. But if you remember, let me refresh you a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of a reminder. As I was saying in the Mars square Neptune video that I just released yesterday, go ahead and check that out if you haven't done so already. But as I was mentioning, Saturn is creating a bit of a roadblock for us come February. And something that I actually failed to mention in that video was that I got this feeling from Saturn as I was sitting with the energies, looking at the month for February, which led me to look at the month at the Mercury retrograde, which then led me to realize that we had that square between Mars and Neptune. Okay. As I was channeling the energies for February and I was looking into it, I was channeling Saturn. I was like, why does Saturn feel like he's so hell-bent on change? It literally felt like Saturn was hell-bent on change, which kind of makes sense because I was feeling the Aquarian side of Saturn, which we don't necessarily think of when we think of the energies of Saturn. Traditionally, Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn being that traditionalist side that that continuing forward with the status quo, with what's already in place, maybe creating new things, yes, but within the framework, within the structure of what has always been. Okay, that's kind of part of Saturn. On the other hand, Saturn can actually be a very revolutionary energy, which is where we get into the Aquarian side of Saturn. Saturn is the revolutionary. I'm sorry, Aquarius is the revolutionary, is the innovator, is the philanthropist, is the inventor. Okay, that very much. Aquarius is a very freedom-oriented energy, whereas traditionally Saturn can be very constricting. But this side of Saturn says, time marches on, and so shall we. So this is a side of Saturn that actually brings change and revolutionizes things, right? But it does so in terms of boiling it down to make it simple, in terms of, I'm hearing blazing a trail or keeping up with the changing times and the structure of that, and maybe even creating a new structure, a new framework in terms of the times that we're in currently, not where we may have been, say, thousands of years ago, in terms of the difference or the drama between tropical astrology and sidereal astrology, right? Okay. So I was looking at it and I was like, all right, Saturn, I mean, I know that there's this side of you here, there's this Aquarian side of you here, but Saturn is currently in Capricorn. As you can see right here, Saturn is currently in Capricorn. So I'm like, all right, Saturn. Like, I get what you're saying here, Saturn. Like, I totally get it. And this is totally in alignment with with all of the change that we've been experiencing, especially since, especially since Uranus has been retrograde through Aries. And then I stopped. Because I was like, wait a second. Uranus is also associated with Aquarius. What's going on between Saturn and Uranus right now? And sure enough, you guys, sure as shit, I found that there is a bit of a square. It's not an exact square. I'll say that. It's not really an exact square, although it's pretty damn close. There's a square happening between Saturn and Uranus, which is where I was getting that Aquarian, that the true sense of that Aquarian influence from Saturn, regardless of the fact that Saturn rules Aquarius alongside Uranus, okay? Now, with all of that said, it's so interesting to see that as we have this conjunction between Pluto and the Sun, we have the opposition between the Sun and the Moon that's creating the full moon, okay? During the time that the full moon is happening, Uranus is stationing direct. And that's where we get this element of feeling like Saturn and Uranus are teaming up. And I keep hearing a power dynamic between the two of them. Now, traditionally, when we think of a power dynamic, we think of like a power couple, like a Jay-Z and Beyonce type, right? Okay. All right, cute. What's up, Tam? How you doing, boo? But anyway, so like we could call that like a nod to my same-sex couples out here, right? With Saturn and Uranus teaming up, both masculine energies teaming up and becoming a power couple. Okay. But really, they're a power couple right now because their forces are aligning with each other. And even though Saturn and Uranus are forming a bit of a square, which is typically a pretty challenging aspect, and don't get me wrong, this can be fairly challenging for you right now, but it feels like they're creating more of a structure. And this is a part of it that I briefly touched on in the Mercury square. I'm sorry, no, in the, maybe I did it in the Mercury retrograde video. Actually, I did. I think I did bring it up in the Mercury retrograde video. But in the month of February, we have Saturn in Uranus. I'm sorry, we have Saturn in Capricorn. And those two, with this roadblock that Saturn conjunct the Sun seems to be making, this checkpoint it seems to be making for us, where Saturn is kind of checking our work, It feels like during this Mercury retrograde, when we are have the opportunity to really rewrite the programming, Saturn being stationed in Capricorn right now is sort of creating the scaffolding, the framework that we go about rebuilding our structures with, right? So if y'all have ever been to New York City, you most likely have come across an area of a certain block that's got all kinds of scaffolding around the building. Me being a New York native, that was always a topic of contention because like everywhere you go, it seems new scaffolding is going up, right? And it was really kind of an inconvenience a lot of the time. But buildings need to be refurbished, remodeled, especially in New York City, because a lot of them are hundreds of years old. Okay. But the image here is that Saturn being stationed in Capricorn, Capricorn being a structure-oriented energy, as well as Capricorn, and Saturn being that structure-oriented energy as well. But also with Capricorn being an energy, a cardinal energy of driving us forward, it felt like that station, with Saturn being in Capricorn, is creating a certain scaffolding that we can use to support us, an energetic scaffolding, that we can use to support us as we are rewriting this code during the Mercury retrograde, as we are rebuilding our structures. Now, when you take Uranus, the square between Saturn and Uranus that's happening at this time as well, especially during the full moon, you have even more of that structure, that scaffolding being put into place, so that we can, in fact, rebuild. And the thing that I was feeling about this was Saturn, having been retrograde through Uranus, which was giving us a time period of reshaping our inner selves, reshaping our alignment. Uranus being retrograde in Aries. Did I say that correctly? That's what I meant. With Uranus having been retrograde in Aries, it's providing us with the basic software to run in our new programming. Now, those of you that are new to me, you may not have heard this before. Excellent, Josiah. Hi, Josiah. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome, guys. If you're new to me, then you haven't heard me say this before, but I like to think of the mind as a computer, with the physical body and the physical brain being the hardware, and the programming, the social conditioning, the elements of our soul that color us, that's the software. And during this Mercury retrograde, we have a chance to rewrite the software, to rewrite the programming. And Uranus having been retrograde through Aries since mid to late August of 2021, we have been experiencing a time period of reshaping our inner selves, reshaping our sense of self, being able to confront or approach certain elements of our lives that we've been rolling with or working with that are really not and are no longer in alignment with us, and in some cases never have been in alignment with us. Uranus being retrograde in Aries has been providing us with the opportunity to reshape that, to remold that, to get into a deeper sense of alignment with our true selves. With that said, in terms of this full moon happening, the conjunction between Sun and Pluto, also subsequently the conjunction between the Sun and Saturn that are happening, the Sun and Pluto is happening this month. The Sun and Saturn is happening in February. And with the scaffolding that Saturn being in Capricorn is providing us with, right? The physical element that keeps us propped up while we are rewriting this programming. Well, what's been happening with Uranus being retrograde in Aries is providing us with the basic software to download into our systems in terms of this reshaping process. So think about what's been happening for you. Think about what the major themes have been for you while Uranus has been retrograde through Aries, again, since mid to late August of 2021. There is also something about October you might want to think about. whatever may have happened, whatever may have popped off, whatever may have clicked for you this past October 2021. But Uranus is providing us with the basic software, okay, that is being downloaded into us at this time. Now, something very specific came through with that part of the channeling, with Uranus providing us with the basic software. We want you to understand very clearly that we are not, as in the universe, we are not telling you who it is you are supposed to be. Your higher self is telling you that. There are universal energies that are helping to shape and mold the process for us as we move through our process of ascension, okay? We are working with the cosmic energies. The cosmic energies are facilitating these steps along the path for us. So that's what you can think of Uranus being retrograde as. The universe facilitating a way for us to change our personal alignment. But what we want you to understand very specifically and very clearly is we want you to think less of Uranus providing you with that basic software. We want you to think of it less of how does this software color my life? Instead, we want you to think of how do I color this software? Do you see the difference there? Do you see the difference from it being imposed upon you, saying this is what you are required to do, which actually is very Saturnian, right? Most likely in a very negative sense. Instead, we want you to think of this as this universal programming. The next step in our ascension process is being downloaded into our systems. But what does that mean for me? How do I color this software? How is this software best expressed through me? So the software is being downloaded or is being provided to you. The base software. We'll call this Windows 11. Not trying to bite off of Windows or anything, all right? But we'll call that's your basic operating system, your basic operating software from which everything else is able to run from, correct? So you get the opportunity to figure out how this best fits within your life and use that by understanding what the process of Uranus in retrograde in Aries has meant for you specifically. Okay? Remember this, and this is a basic principle of Uranus. Uranus is all about freedom, is all about liberation. Okay? Uranus wants to liberate you from certain structures or certain structures that you've built as a result of what Saturn has been teaching you or helping you to experience. Now, Uranus wants to liberate you from some of that, to give you a greater sense of freedom, but also to put you in greater connection with your true sense of self outside of the structure of reality. Okay? So a very important point to also understand here is the universe wants us to remember that universally speaking, you are free to express your uniqueness. So really, you can think of this time period of Uranus moving retrograde through through Aries as a time of liberating you so that you can get to a deeper sense of who you, as the individual you were born to be, a deeper sense of who you truly are. Allow that software to be downloaded into that basic software to be downloaded into your system, and then color that in your unique way. Express that in your unique way. Whew. I need to pause for a second because there's more. I'm gonna continue. There's more, but I gotta collect myself now. Because now I gotta shift gears. And actually, I think I might want to get another drink. You know, this is a good place to pause. So I'm gonna pause, and then when I come back, we're gonna talk about how we work towards this moving forward. Yeah? Excellent. Stay tuned, guys. Testing, testing, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Welcome back, guys. How we feeling, everybody? Let's get your drinks. Get your drinks up. So, ahora yo tengo un donku con guanábana. Donku crita con guanábana. Which is, guanábana is soursop. We have a guanabana or a soursop tree in the back, in my yard here, in our yard here, excuse me. And let me tell you guys, this thing grew so much fruit, and some of the fruit off this tree right now is fucking massive. Like I've been here for a year and a half at this point, and it did bear fruit last year, but the fruit was not that big last year. Like if it was, I completely missed it. Like there's one that's still up on the tree right now that is so freaking huge. Like I don't even know how the branches can support it, but obviously the tree is strong enough. But so that's why I went down to the store, I got myself some libations, and I got myself a bit of a mixer because I'm trying not to be too much of an alcoholic. But I decided to go with soursop in honor of this tree that I actually got a fruit from. There was a fruit that fell off the tree that some of the animals had been getting to, and that leaves me with seeds. So the universe has been throwing seeds at me, you guys. Like, and it's so obvious that I'm ready for this gardening chapter in my life, because like literally the cacao tree over here in the backyard, the lizards this year were eating the pods and dropping seeds everywhere. I planted 30 new cacao seeds during the last new moon. I've been wanting to harvest some of the seeds from all the eggplants that I've been eating lately, but I was like, oh, that's too much work, blah, blah, blah. So the universe was like, all right, cool. Let me make it easy for you. I sliced into this eggplant a few days ago, and all of these seeds come spilling out. So I'm like, bet, universe, I hear you loud and clear. So I put those seeds in my little germinating apparatus, and I already planted 2 of them yesterday. Like literally the day I put those seeds in there, 2 of them popped like within hours. And so now one is ready to be planted now, and I think I have 4 more that are starting to come out. Like I'm so ready for this, and the universe is like, you damn right you're ready. Here are the seeds. Sorry, I'm really excited about all of this. Ooh, oh my God, guanabana sherbet? Yes, that sounds fantastic, Claudia. Oh, I love it. You guys, I have never been so excited for vegetables in my life. Okay. Graviola. Key Love, what language is graviola? What was I just about to say? Oh, I've never been so excited for vegetables in my life. I planted broccoli, spinach, red lettuce, cauliflower, sweet peppers, alma paprika pepper, anything else? Well, echinacea, yeah, and chamomile. They all are growing, and I'm so freaking excited about it. But I'm really excited about the eggplant because number 1, it's a beautiful plant, but number 2, it's fucking delicious. So. All right, guys. I guess we should move forward here. So cheers to you all. Yes? What I want to move forward with is messages for the full moon. Now, I spent the first 30 minutes of this reading talking about why I feel we need to talk about this full moon, because specifically, Uranus is going direct during the activation, the powerful energies of the full moon. The sun is conjuncting with Pluto today, January 15th, into tomorrow. Probably a little, we're going to be feeling the effects for this for a little while as the orbs shift, but the actual conjunction is happening today. That's a very powerful time, the sun conjuncting with Pluto. happening during the full moon. At the same time, Uranus is going direct, and Uranus is making an aspect to Saturn, who is conjuncting with Pluto and is then going to be conjuncting with, Uranus is making an aspect with Saturn, who is going to be conjuncting with the Sun later on in February. This is a big activation. Big. If you're into spellcasting, okay? And I don't mean spellcasting from the terms of black magic, of trying to manipulate other people, manipulate their free will to get what you want out of them. Don't do that. I'm here to tell you, we're not going to get into it, but don't fucking do that. Because when you fuck with someone else's free will, you fuck with your karma. Period, point blank. But if you're into magic, if you're into spellcasting, if you're into working with the universal energies in their natural cycles to bring about the advantageous fruit that you want, this moment, the Sun conjuncting with Pluto, the full moon on top of that, this is the moment of moments to do it. You are literally being infused with universal power in the sense of your soul, in the sense of yourself, as the Sun is conjuncting with Pluto. And you have the open portal of energy of the full moon. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, right? Okay. So, that was what I explained in the first half hour. I now just want to channel energies from the moon. Oh, Claudia, I'm like 16 steps ahead of you, baby. But yes, we're on the same vibe. Cheers, boo. Okay, let's talk about the full moon here. I just want to get messages from the moon for this coming cycle here, this activation energy we have at our disposal. Let's start with the Energy Oracle deck. 5 shuffles. This is one. Anybody that would like to timestamp, you are more than welcome to do so. Yes. Excellent. 1, 2. Portuguese. Excellent, Key Love. Thank you. So, guanabana or soursop. In English, it's soursop. We think it's graviola in Portuguese. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly because they have a different way of pronouncing things. I would love to learn Portuguese. Sidebar, this is 2. What messages do you have for us, dear moon? This is 3. As you go full, as we reach this activation point, this is 4. What messages do you have for us? Specifically, I want to ask, what should we keep an eye out for? This is 5. And then I just heard a cautionary tale. Okay. Now, let me try that again. Now, I do have something to say about that. That's 5. Okay. So in terms of a cautionary tale, this is a type of cautionary moment. You want to be very delicate, very careful with these energies, okay? Again, I take your attention, I draw your attention back to the January reading for Scorpio because Pluto rules Scorpio. So if you do want some deeper insight into what this actually could mean for all of us, check out the reading for Scorpio for the month of January 2022, okay? But yes, this is a very cautionary tale. The moon wants you to be very cautious with this activation energy of the Sun conjuncting with Pluto, because I see the Pluto as the archetype of the arch villain, the maleficence of the world. Of course, that type of twisting with certain evil villains, Maleficent, which is the same queen as the one in not Rapunzel, whatever. Those extreme power-hungry energies often come from pain and fear. But anyway, Pluto is an extremely powerful energy. Okay, it's the highest source of divine power that we have access to within this universal makeup. So, with that being the highest point, imagine the immense power, and that's not even scratching the surface of the true power of the universe, but from our human points of view, This power is extremely overwhelming. So this time period, or this moment of the sun conjuncting with Pluto, can be extremely empowering, but also extremely Sleeping Beauty. There it is. Thank you, Ashley B. Your egos could be at extreme points right now, especially with what's happening with Mars and Neptune, but we don't have to talk about that right now, right? So a cautionary tale, be very cautious. Don't shy away from this energy, but be very careful with how you handle it, because it can go really far, really fast in some extreme ways, very easily. All right? Don't get too power hungry. You're being infused with this power. The amount of power that you're feeling at that time for yourself is the exact amount of power that you need, nothing more. So don't get power hungry and start talking about how, you know what, well, maybe let me take just this extra little smidge of power here. Very Plutonian. Let me take this extra little smidge. That extra little smidge, however minuscule it may seem, could be just enough to tip you way over the edge. So be careful. A cautionary tale, okay? Okay. What do you have for us, dear Moon? What do you have for us at this time? Haha! That's exactly what I thought it was. First card out here for the collective right now during this full moon energy. Yeah, hellish babe. Yeah, is the thinking woman. And that's, you know what? That's so funny, because number one, the moon is the moon is a feminine entity, or is associated with the feminine. And number two, the power hungry individual-ish type of energy that I referred to is feminine, maleficent. First and foremost, for this full moon energy, your divine feminine is being activated, or at least there are certain elements of the feminine that are coming online for you here that I'm hearing you have recently healed. And so now they are able to be activated. Allow the Sun-Pluto conjunction to really infuse this feminine reality within you with power. All right. But again, don't get power hungry. Overall energy is the cornucopia. Okay. So from the feminine aspect, I feel like there is an awareness of how abundant you are, and how much you can actually create, how much you can actually give life to in your life. That is absolutely an effect of the sun conjuncting with Pluto. Again, with Pluto representing that raw source of power, okay? Cornucopia. You're becoming aware of just how much potential you have to create, to give life to things. And thus, this feels kind of like a planning energy. Now, normally, the full moon is all about getting the seeds that you've planted, technically, or maybe during the new moon, infusing them with power. The full moon isn't necessarily a time to really be trying to make plans, and yet that's the kind of feeling that I get for the collective with this energy. In terms of the feminine energy, in terms of being starkly aware of just how much potential you have to create, it feels like there are planning energies involved with this. Hold on, I was just being taken to Virgo. What's going on with Virgo? Nothing is happening with Virgo. At least within the stars. Okay. But yet I still get a very Virgo energy from this in terms of the planning. And I just heard, don't get power hungry in terms of don't be overly ambitious. I'm literally seeing a scene of somebody here planning out their garden. And of course, spirit would translate it for that way for me, because I'm very garden oriented, right? All right. Moving forward though, what do we have? What else do we have, please, dear moon? What messages do you have for the collective during this time? For your fullness, the fullness of your power. Okay, I'm moving. Ooh! not sharing that yet. I was literally told not to share that yet. Cheers. I'm going to move to the tarot. 5 shuffles. 1. Hi, Ivy. This is 2. 3. 4. This is 5. Okay, so Ivy, you said something in the chat here that I'm actually pulling from. I'm getting a message about. You said so many people are being exposed. Their values are being exposed. Yes. But hey, do you know what is really most powerful about this is the amount of power you are being infused with that is allowing you to see the truth within people, the people around you. I mean, look, Venus has been retrograde, you guys, right? That's shifting everybody's values. And that's also giving you a bird's eye view. Yes, a bird's eye view into the values of other people and maybe how they don't align with yours at all. And now you're being infused with the power to do something about it. Boop. Okay. All right, dear Moon, what do you have for us in terms of the thinking woman? Yeah. This planning process. What is this planning? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So this is a future forward focus type of energy, all right? So clarifying the thinking woman for this full moon cycle here. First card we got is the 9 of Cups. Now, again, future forward focus, but future forward focus in terms of the marriage, the divine union. You're welcome, Ashley B. The marriage or the divine union of the masculine and the feminine that is happening this year, that is commencing in February, ironically enough, right around Valentine's Day, but also is being infused with power when Mars and Venus, who are becoming conjunct in February, hit their conjunction, and the final point of the Venus 3-point conjunction on the 3rd of March. At that point, that's our blast off point, right? So, thinking woman, you're in a planning phase in terms of the amount of abundance that you have available to you and all the things that you can create moving forward from this point forward. So 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups. It's raining, you guys. 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Allow the union of the masculine and the feminine that is happening, that is aligning for us at this time. Allow that to speak to you. 2 of Cups. What is it that you truly dream of? But just, I mean, we can kind of say it on a bit of a mundane level. 9 of Cups. This is your everyday life. This is the everyday balance between the masculine, the everyday harmony between the masculine and the feminine. 2 of Cups, right? This is not major arcana like the Star or the Lovers. No, this is the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. And there's some confusion, 7 of Cups. But it's not really confusion, it's more options. So in this thinking period, in this planning phase, with all of the power that you're being infused with right now during this planning phase, think about what it is you truly want out of the balance and the harmony and the union between the masculine and the feminine. And no, this doesn't just mean the masculine and the feminine in the physical, even though it can translate to that. This, at the core of its being, is the masculine and the feminine within you, because everybody has it. I am dominantly feminine, which allows me to be an effective reader for you guys here, for all of us here. But I still have masculine energy that comes out quite a few times. and that I've been really working on balancing and healing. And that's what the square between Mars and Neptune is influencing. Alina, bird's eye views. It is. Chills. Yes. Cheers to you, baby. Yeah. So think about what it really is, what you really truly want out of the balance, out of the harmony, out of the union of the masculine and the feminine. That is literally in the process of coming together. For some of you, again, I draw your attention back to the Mars square Neptune element that's happening right now as Mars is moving through Ophiuchus, healing Ophiuchus, and Mars, or the masculine, is getting a major shot of some, we'll call them antibiotics in layman's terms, right? The healing of the masculine that's happening at the intense healing of the masculine that's happening at this time. In order for the masculine to be lined up with the feminine, to be of an energetic match to the feminine, when they go conjunct, think about that specifically for some of you. What's happening with your masculine side right now? How is your masculine side being reshaped and molded by the universe right now? What healing is coming up on behalf of your personal masculine side? Don't focus on the external masculine. Don't do it. That's none of your business. Just saying. Focus on your own internal masculine. For some of you, that's going to give you deep insight as to the change that you can create in the near future, in the coming future. The full moon is a perfect time for you to get that power underway. Alone, it's a perfect time for it, but add into that the conjunction between the sun and Pluto, and man, you've got some serious power at your hands. What else do you have, dear moon? Well, there's the moon itself. Okay. Aha. Okay. Cheers. So from our dear moon, the moon is coming forward and asking you to be aware of the moon. Be aware of what it is you have worked on in the past and what that has provided to you, the Seven of Pentacles. And I mean what that has provided to you in terms of whether you actually did want that. As in, you got the end result was something you intended on, whether you enjoyed it or not, whether it actually turned out to be what you wanted or not, or the things that you've worked towards that did not work, never worked, were never going to work to begin with. Think about that. I said this in a reading, a personal reading for someone. By the way, if you would like a personal reading with me, I am available. Yes, both sidereal astrology readings or tarot readings, or the two combined. But I was doing a personal reading for someone, hey boo, and this exact message came up. Allow the dead and decaying remnants of whatever it is you were trying to grow or build before to be your fertilizer, your compost for the new that you are currently trying to build. Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. The moon wants you to be very clear on that. The moon is also giving you a bird's eye view into that. Some of you, during this full moon time period, your intuitions are highly activated during this time. Use that to your advantage. Ooh, God, that feels good for you. Please use that to your advantage. The power is right there. It's literally at your fingertips, baby. Why wouldn't you use it? Worthiness issues. Girl, bro, sis and brother, You are absolutely worthy of taking advantage of the power that is literally being handed to you by the universe. In terms of the universe's view of you, you are a divine child and you are deserving of everything it is that you want, no matter how negatively that may be perceived by other people. Some of you are reluctant to take advantage of this power because of your Five of Pentacles, lack mentality, lack of feeling worthy mindset. You have every right to take advantage of this. It is available to you for this very reason. There is no hierarchy here when it comes to the universe, at least in this way. If you are within the realm in which the power, the energy is being sent, then you are within your own very right to take advantage of said power or said energy or said activation. The only time the universe would tell you you are not eligible for whatever upgrade or whatever infusion is happening is when you are not directly oriented, manifested, consciously focused within that realm. That's it. And the only thing you need to get into that realm is to be a vibrational match to it. That's it. One of the other things that I said in this personal reading today is that the only job we have here is to get into energetic vibrational alignment with that which the universe wants to bring to us. Other than that, outside of that, it's all the universe's job. Now, that's easier said than done. Yes, I get that. But at the same time, that's literally our only job. So if you are suffering from certain lack mentality energies, allow the sun conjuncting with Pluto to completely obliterate that from your psyche, from your consciousness, because that is something you're not worthy of. You are not worthy of being unworthy. You are worthy of being worthy. Cheers. Ooh, I love this, y'all. Oracle of the Seven Energies. Okay. There's nothing else you guys want me? No, we're going to get into it in later readings. Okay. Okay, so I guess we're going to close this out because it's already been an hour. So let's close this out. Oracle of the Seven Energies. Yeah? 1. 5 shuffles here. This is 2. 3. Oh, what I wanted to say also about the fact that I titled this The Full Moon in Gemini/Cancer. I said this already, but I feel like I want to reiterate this. So the full moon, the real energies, the strongest energies of the full moon happen over the course of the day of the 17th of January. But during the course of that, the moon does shift from Gemini into Cancer. So there is a bit of some Cancerian energy that is involved with this full moon process, which is very much 4th house energies. 4th house is all about how you love, care for, and nurture yourself, and how you love, care for, and nurture others. It also has to do with how you are loved, cared for, and or nurtured by your family in terms of your home situation growing up as a child. Okay, so think about how, take that as it resonates. Think about how that resonates for you, and think about how you can put into greater practice things that love and care for and nurture you on an authentic level and a very, very healthy and beneficial level. Okay. 3. 4 and 5. Alrighty, y'all. Closing oracle guidance, please, Spirit. Oh my God, girl. For the person that I did the personal reading for, if you're watching this here, I mean, like, you are so in alignment with the collective, so kudos to you. But this is another card that came out in this personal reading today. It's overall energy of bearing fruit. Bam! Bam, 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 bam. You have the opportunity to plan out how you can bear more and greater fruit during this full moon and the subsequent Sun and Pluto conjunction energies. Oh my, holy shit. You guys, this is crazy. This is literally the energies of putting 1 and 2 together. 1 being the masculine, 2 being the feminine, and 3 being the union of the 2 and the subsequent child that comes from that union. Masculine, feminine, child, mother, father, child. What is it? It's Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm sorry, I had to really think about that because I'm not a religiously oriented person, but you get it, right? All right. So overall energy is card number 12, bearing fruit. Card number 1, or I'm sorry, the energies of 1 and 2 combined, making a 3. If you've been seeing repeating 3s during this time period, that is a sign for you that you're in universal alignment. You're in divine alignment. I know I have been. Okay. First card is card number 1, Earth Magic. Second card is card number 2, Roots of Abundance. So the energy of Earth Magic is giving me a feeling of planting seeds. The energy of Roots of Balance is giving me a feeling of allowing those seeds to grow and produce healthy roots that then produces healthy plants that allows those plants to then bear fruit. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Can't make this shit up, you guys. Underneath Roots of Abundance, or I'm sorry, bearing fruit, you do have a grand symphony. And that is taking me back to a reading that I did a few weeks ago. I don't remember which one specifically. It actually might have been the January reading, and then some readings over on Patreon. By the way, if you want to get some extra content from me throughout the month, check us out on Patreon. Yeah, that's also a great way to support the channel. But a grand symphony, I do believe that came out in a reading here on YouTube, but a grand symphony is talking about the place or the role that you play in the grand symphony of the universe. You have a very specific and unique role. You need to allow yourself to do that. Uranus moving retrograde through Aries, reshaping our sense of self, giving us an opportunity to get into alignment, a deeper alignment with that which truly resonates with us, that which we're truly meant to be creating and expressing and developing here in these incarnations. You have a very specific role to play in this grand symphony of the universe. So allow yourself to play that role. Because regardless to, excuse me for hitting the mic, regardless to how that role may look in the physical, regardless as to what others may say about this specific role, it doesn't fucking matter. Because public opinion has nothing to do with this. The public, in their three-dimensional orientation, knows nothing about you or what it is you're truly meant to do here. But the universe knows. The universe has known all along. It's why the universe set you up here in this way. Your higher self knows. Your higher self knew all along. Your higher self developed this plan or agreed to this to fill this role that the universe needed at this time. So allow yourself to play that role, because when you do, you will be bearing fruit, and some pretty fucking unique fruit. With that comes the roses' kisses, and roses are very beautiful and unique flowers. You are the rose. Okay. I think that's it, you guys. How are you guys feeling? I know you're still all listening, but I do think that's it. So let me know how you feel. I know I'm feeling good. I actually feel like I have to use the potty. But anyway, that's what I have for the collective in terms of this full moon. All right. So, yeah, I love you guys. I love you all so freaking much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. Why are you annoyed, Josiah? Hold on a second. Why are you annoyed, bro? Like, what's the deal? I appreciate you as well, Ashley. Ashley B. Don't forget the B. There you go. Positive about the strain that you're... Ooh, positive about the strain that you're growing? Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Cheers to you, SM. Yes. Yo, that totally struck the botanist, the breeder in me. Like, yeah, we're fucking proud of these strains we're growing, aren't we? Enjoying the journey, loving the music and the vibe. Yes. Thank you. I'm loving you too. Let me clean this up a bit. Yeah. All right. Well, Spirit wants me to say this one thing. At the bottom of the energetic oracle deck that I told you I wasn't really going to talk about yet, and we ultimately did end up talking about it, but Door to Romance is under there. Don't get too excited, because that Door to Romance first starts with yin and yang, the union of the masculine and feminine within you. Okay? You still have missing key pieces. That's okay, Food Paparazzi. Those will come, those missing pieces will come in divine time. Please do not stress yourself out about that. Don't worry about the pieces that are still missing. There is no need, Stephanie. Oh, hi, Stephanie. There is no need for you to worry about any pieces that are missing. And that goes for everybody. Those pieces will come in time as your attunement matches the vibration of those missing pieces. And you will get there if you just keep going, if you follow the process. I mean, I'm not mad at that, Claudia. I'm down. I'm totally down. If y'all want a real... Now, see, but that's getting into toxic energies, though. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that so much. You were waiting for me to show that card? I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'm sorry it took me so long to do it. I almost didn't. Like, literally almost didn't. And Spirit was like, you're really going to ignore us like that? My bad. Feeling confident. Fuck yeah, Ivy. Look at what just came out of the card, out of the deck, you guys. Justice. How do I know your name? Because I can see the chart, the chat right here, silly. You know what though? Josiah, focus on healing the masculine within yourself. Because now what's coming through is a message for you, Josiah, is divine alignment. I promise you, because Spirit is saying this to me right now, I promise you that if you focus on healing the masculine energy within you, especially focus on what triggers you the most about your divine masculine in the physical sense, right? Focus on what triggers you the most, and this goes for everybody. Focus on what triggers you the most about your connection with the divine masculine in the corporeal sense, in the physical realm. So your external version of the divine masculine. Focus on what triggers you the most, because that's what you need to heal within the masculine within you. And I promise you that when you heal that, your vibration will change and you will no longer align with that individual in the same way. Quite frankly, you may not align with that same individual at all. Of course, provided or given that they're not doing any work to heal themselves. But that is not your business, and it is definitely not in your control. So really, why even care? Yo, I will drink to that shit. Oh, oops. Well, hi, Food Paparazzi. Now that I know your name, but I'm not gonna... Whatever. I mean, you already put yourself on blast there, but I still... Hi, Food Paparazzi. Okay. All right, you guys. I think that's it for today. I'm going to pack it in. You're welcome, Josiah. I love you all so freaking much. No, fuck that. So fucking much. Yes? I really love you guys. And I'm so happy that I took this moment. This was totally impromptu. Like I was planning on maybe channeling a little bit more before I went live. And I was just like, fuck it. Why don't I just go live and just talk to people? What am I drinking? I'm drinking Donku Cristal, which is a brand of Puerto Rican rum. I live in Puerto Rico. With jugo de guanábana or soursop juice. Cheers. I love you guys. I'm gonna go and relax, enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you guys have a lovely day as well. Thank you so much for tuning in with me here. And happy full moon to you guys. I'll be back soon. The next major thing that I want to bring to the collective is a discussion about February. We're going to be doing that. But actually, I think I really want to do a divine masculine reading because of this square between Mars and Neptune. Spirit has been really pushing me to do that. And actually, I haven't been sure of where to do it. Part of me was thinking maybe I should do it on my second channel, Mystic Unicorn, because that's all about love. But this healing process that's happening with the divine masculine is not necessarily about love. It's about self-love and healing. But it's not necessarily about the loving aspect of, let me find out what's going on with the masculine so that he can align with me, or I can do some shit. I can cast some spells or whatnot. No. So I'm actually thinking that if I do a divine masculine reading, again, associated with the square between Mars and Neptune that's happening right now, I think I'm going to do it here. If that's what you guys want, if you want me to do that, please let me know. Leave it down in the comment section down below of this reading, because I'm going to end this live stream soon and I won't be able to see the chat any longer. So if you want a divine masculine reading in terms of the healing process that's happening with the divine masculine right now, let me know. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. All you have to say is yes, and I'll know what you mean, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading very, very soon. Yes? Beautimus. Take care. Bye. Mm-hmm.